being at home bored and thinking about, oh, I don't have a man.
I'm about to get into this, girls. It's for all my grown women out there.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel where we discuss all things self-love, self-care, and just living your best life, being that girl, whatever you want to call it, where we are just all about bettering our lives. Being single is often looked at as a curse when it comes to women, but I promise you, if you are doing it right, you will never feel that way. You will not feel ashamed that you don't have a husband at a certain age. You will just be so busy living your best life that it might even be hard for you to meet somebody who want to change from being single. But I know that there are women out there that are not necessarily enjoying their singleness. I created this video to give you a few tips that might make it a little bit better, but the only way that it's gonna work is if you actually apply it and stop focusing so much on getting that ideal relationship or seeing your friends in relationships. I promise you there's always going to be pros and cons, whether it's being single or in a relationship or married. And it's on you to take control of the narrative and live life the way that you want to live it, and not put things on hold because you're single, or not spend so much time and energy on focusing on the fact that you're single. So these are a few tips that I think will help you on your journey and hopefully give you a more positive outlook on being single. And if you're single, these are probably just some refreshers of why it's so great to be single. The first thing that you're going to do is cultivate new friendships. Unless you have just this plethora of friends that you don't need any extras. But if you're in your 30s and 40s, you probably have narrowed it down to a few good quality friends. And sometimes, life changes, they get married and have kids. So you want to have friends that are maybe on your level. If you are a empty nester, you want other empty nester friends. Some of the ways that I recommend doing that is Facebook groups. There are friendship groups that focus on your race or just certain parts of your life that you can look into. There are walking groups, different activities that or hobbies that you may want to get into. There's usually going to be a Facebook group for it, and that is a great way to make friends. Another way would be to start fitness classes, a studio like Pilates or yoga. And you can also, when your girlfriend invites you somewhere and she's inviting a bunch of her other friends, you can cultivate friendships through them as well. And starting hobbies like a cooking class or a sewing class or pottery, whatever, is another way to meet friends. But just focus on cultivating like-minded friendships. And I think that just makes being single so much more fun, because you get to do those activities with other females and you're not really worried about, being at home bored and thinking about, oh, I don't have a man. So cultivating friendships is very important. The second thing is learn to do things by yourself. This can be very, very intimidating and scary at first, but once you get the hang of it, I think that it becomes a preference to just start doing things alone. As we get older, we just get tired of waiting for other people to be available or want to do the same things that you want to do, that you're missing out on fun activities and you're missing out on opportunities that you want to take in life. Learning to do those things by yourself is pretty much the only way that you're going to be able to do everything that you have written down or on your bucket list. I say start small, going to the movies, going out to eat. And I'm still the type where I don't think I can go to like a full-blown restaurant by myself. I could probably do it and go sit at the bar. I'm not at that level of going and saying, can I have a table for one, please? I'm not there yet, but I am very comfortable going to smaller places like Wingstop or Chili's. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm just not there yet. And I'm not gonna beat myself up for that because other people are more comfortable with it. But For me, just start small and you will probably eventually work your way up to bigger places going by yourself. I'm still not, I know girls that go to concerts by themselves. I don't think I can do that yet. But I know eventually I will be able to, because it's going to be that one concert that I really want to go to and nobody wants to go with me or nobody's available. Still haven't done the traveling thing yet, but that is more out of watching too much true crime and just being super paranoid about safety. But they do have like those travel groups that I've seen on like Instagram and stuff, where it's a group of women that go, and that is another way that you can meet friends, because you already know they're like-minded because they already want to travel by themselves. Those travel groups that I see are definitely on my list to give a try. But even just putting yourself out there will be such a big shift in your confidence and big shift in your mindset. Like, wow, I really did that. I could probably do other stuff too. But the key is to not put off the stuff that you enjoy doing because you don't have anybody to go with. And life is just becoming too short to wait for other people. I just have to get over this fear and do it by myself. The next thing is to give the love that you want to receive. And when I say that, you could take that as, I want to give the love that I want to receive from my future husband, or I want to give the love that I receive from my friends and family. But I think that being single is the best time to take that focus away from you and give love to others. That can include sending them flowers if you know that they've been having a rough time, or saying, hey, I know you've been busy at work and you barely have time to eat. Can I DoorDash something for you? Also be, hey, let's try restaurants. Let's try a new restaurant once a month. You have a fellow foodie that's a friend like I do. We love, like, one of our favorite things to do together is trying new restaurants. And it's not even in the back of our mind of, oh, I'm gonna hold off on this place until I get into a relationship. It's, I'm just gonna go because this is where I am presently in my life, and I want to enjoy the relationships that I have currently, and I love food, so we're gonna go try here. Sometimes me and my friend will be talking and she'll mention something like, oh, I need to get this, or I saw something that's cute, and I'll order it for her and just have it sent to her. And the thing that does, I think, is it just puts you in this place of receiving even though you're giving, and you're not even intentionally, I don't send her stuff to say, oh, well, I'm sending her something because I want to receive something. No, it's, I genuinely care about our relationship and our friendship. And I mean, it's like $20. Like, it's not like, she's like, oh, I saw this YSL bag. We're not there yet. But if I see something on Amazon, I'm like, oh, she mentioned this, I'm going to get it for her. She does the same thing. So just getting those little surprises even just brightens your day, because you're like, wow, she thought of me, she cared about me. And that, to me, is just the embodiment of love. And it's not in a romantic way. And them love can obviously be checking in on them. Hey, how's your mental health? Or even before you're about to lay out all the stuff that you're going through, just saying, hey, are you at a mental capacity to handle what I need to talk about? And if you have a good friend, most of the time they'll say, yeah, absolutely. Because that can typically, sometimes them venting and going through what they're going through can take your mind off of what you're going through. But you just need to become love, because you want to attract love, and you want to attract a partner that will do your love languages, that will show you love the way that you like to be shown. So by giving that, you're ultimately going to attract that. Or if you don't, and then when you don't attract that, you're like, absolutely not. This is not for me, because you were used to a certain treatment from your loved ones, and your friends will be vice versa. So you're kind of setting a blueprint of what you want to receive in a relationship. Stay put together. Don't think, oh, I'm not gonna start. Why am I getting, I hear it all the time. They're like, why am I paying to get my nails done all the time? I ain't got no man. Or why am I paying to get my hair done? I ain't got no man. But you have a life. You want to feel good about yourself, right? you want to look good, right? You want to attract a man, right? So being single does not mean that you don't take care of yourself. I mean, I've seen some people in relationships who have let themselves go, and you can tell they're comfortable. And to me, for my next serious relationship, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that comfortable where I don't take care of myself. So keeping up with my maintenance now will keep me in that pattern and that routine so that I don't get with someone and just get comfortable and let myself go. And ultimately, you want to stay maintained for yourself, to make yourself feel good, to keep that confidence. Because when you're confident, you may attract the right person. This is the perfect time also if you want to reinvent yourself. I'm currently in more of a, I don't want to say grown woman wardrobe phase, but I definitely am in more of a seen a few influencers that I follow and I love their style, and it would be categorized as old money. And I was not that a few years ago. That wasn't my style, but now it is kind of more my style. So that is a perfect time to reinvent yourself, reinvent your wardrobe, focus on those basics, focus on your capsule wardrobe, and then see if that's for you. Because the best part is that you get to experiment and see if you like it, if you don't like it. Another thing that I've started to do as far as staying put together is investing in better quality pieces. It's just, I feel better in better quality clothing. Some of my favorites are like Abercrombie. I like My Outfit online. They are really good with the basics, even just sweatpants. Naked Wardrobe, jeans. I do like Good American. I do like Levi's. Make sure that your hair is always done, your nails are always done. Even if you find a style that that's probably less maintenance, so you don't have to keep spending money on getting it done all the time. My go-to is a ponytail, because you could just slick it back, throw some makeup on, throw some jewelry on, and look like you did something, but you really didn't. You just slicked your hair back. But look into what's going to be easy for you to maintain, but still look like you put in the effort. And the next thing is probably going to be your favorite, but casually date. Although that for a lot of women, it can be hard to casually date, because when you meet somebody that you like, or you meet somebody that's showing you the right attention, it can cause you to overthink, and it can cause you to immediately want to invest your time and energy into this person. But until you guys are exclusive, and until he has shown you that he's worth being exclusive for, you need to multi-date. You need to casually date. And a lot of people get this mixed up with multi-have sex with people. No. It just means you're keeping your options open, and it's allowing you to not push all your energy into one person, and then that blows up in your face and it doesn't work out. And then you're back to square one and you feel down about. If you're multi-dating and person A doesn't work out, you're not going to feel as bad, because you still have person B, and then you can find someone to replace person A. So you don't have to tell them unless they ask. Even then, it's not their business. Just tell them if you feel comfortable with it. But I think that women often make the mistake of not multi-dating, and it ends up hurting them in the long run, because let's be real, men do it all the time, and he's doing it even if he's telling you he's not doing it. Men like to keep their options open, and I think that any woman that wants to be successful in dating needs to do the same thing. And this also keeps the focus on yourself by doing this, because you're going to start saying, I don't like this, I don't like the way that he does this. So that's going to help you make better decisions and set better boundaries when it comes to finally being with the right person. And while you're doing this, what I would suggest is making a list, not a superficial list, but a list of what you want in a partner. And this will help you, again, weed out the ones that aren't even nearly close to what you have on your list. And these are simple things that you should be looking for in a partner. And if they don't meet them, instead of trying to make them fit, you just move on to the next one. If you want a more in-depth video of dating, let me know in the comments. I could talk about that forever. Red flags, green flags, how to set boundaries, how to set your standards, how to know what you want in a guy. Those types of things, just let me know in the comments. I'm probably gonna make a video about it anyway, but if you have specific questions, that would be super helpful as well, so I know how to tailor those videos. And the last thing is, I feel like being single is the perfect time to be selfish. It's the perfect time to focus on yourself, focus on what you want, figure out what you want, and do everything that you can to get what you want. Do not feel bad for wanting a good life. Do not feel bad for wanting luxury. Do not feel bad for wanting what you deserve. And if you feel like you don't deserve those things, then you need to start working on that. You are praying for a specific type of man, or you want specific things in your life, you have to become that person. You have to become that thing. So if you want a man that is in shape, you gotta be in shape. If you want a man that does what he says, you have to become that. So everything that I'm asking for, something that I can provide, and if not, I'm gonna focus on that. Just make a list of everything that you want to accomplish. And it doesn't have to be, I want to accomplish this before I meet my husband. It's just certain things that you want to accomplish, and just start checking those off. And then if he comes in the process, that's even better. You're going to be so focused on accomplishing those things that you're not even paying attention to if a man is there or not. This is your time to be selfish. So those are just a few of the tips that I have for making the most of being single and living your best life while being single. It really is not a bad thing like society tries to tell you. Don't put an age limit on it. Just go out there and have fun and not focus too much on it, and just enjoy the process. If you're not enjoying the process, it's going to be a miserable journey, and you probably will end up settling, and that's not what you want to do. If you start filling your own cup and you start focusing on others and not so much on finding a man, I promise you will find one. There are men everywhere. Please like, comment on this video, and please feel free to subscribe. We are all things self-love, self-care, and just living our best lives. Bye, y'all.